Welcome to the Collective Minds podcast.
It's never fucking had it.
Shut no way.
Never fucking had
way.
it.
Like, Austin, you trying to tell something else right now?
As humans, everybody lives in the same reality. You know, we could all be in the same room together, but we perceive it differently.
All that experience, all that emotions, all the things that happen in that one life is boiled down to what we call instinct. And that's the only thing we can bring over to the next life.
If you won't behave, you'll be canceled.
Coincidence? But yeah, I saw this article just a few minutes ago and it was pretty wild. I thought it says Trump shares unfounded conspiracy theory claiming Biden was executed in 2020. And before I read this, I do have a question for you because it keeps coming up in my daily life, or I keep hearing about it, right? Biden. Why are we still talking about Biden? People would say, but... And I saw a video the other day, allegedly Biden's granddaughter saying that he's been dead for years. 4 years, she said. And that he has a twin brother named Beau, just like his son who had passed away, who's been the guy who's been playing Biden. I think it's Jim Carrey or someone, a professional who actually, you know, does this stuff for a living. But do you believe everything that the narrative was set out to be? Like, this guy was the president, he was signing him, you know, those deals, those executive orders, that it was him every time when he was on camera?
Nope. I don't even believe he was ever president. I believe Trump continued his presidency, and this is his unofficial fourth term.
Third?
Fourth.
Ooh, elaborate on that for me.
Well, actually, no. Yeah, my mathing is not right. Yeah, third term.
Okay, because I was like, he did a shitty job the first 4 years.
Yeah. If
Obama.
If anyone would like to look this up, look up the inauguration for Biden into the 2020 presidency. The whole thing was not according to what it's supposed to. It was basically a military funeral that happened. All the timing wasn't right. The swear-in wasn't right. It was just a whole bunch of stuff that didn't line up according to past presidential inaugurations.
Yeah, I remember that. That was weird. You had like active military members coming out, big names too, all over, and they were going, this is not how this is supposed to be. And I can't walk you through it. I can't remember. But it was, I mean, what, the amount of shots fired, or that the shots were even fired, or it was weird.
Oh yeah, there's that. Plus the
uniforms.
Yeah, that too. But the whole inauguration, the time he was sworn in was, I think it was past, or was before the actual time it was supposed to happen. So even the timing wasn't right, because it has to follow like a certain time frame. Like it's a ceremony, right? So it has to follow a certain script, and it didn't.
Yeah, for sure. It does. And my entire life, right? Okay, let's try to elaborate on this. So the police, everyone thinks, oh, you know, they do what they do, and yeah, sometimes they make mistakes. But when you go to the doctor, you always thought as a, you know, kid, younger person, oh, this person really knows what they're doing, I should listen to them, they have the answer to everything. When it comes to the government, even state, you'd be like, oh, they got it under control. Sometimes they mess up, but the federal government does not make mistakes. And that reminded me of the press secretary, a month ago, when they were having mic troubles. I'm like, do we really think that the White House was having microphone troubles, or did they need to cut it short for something? But none of that stuff is what Jay's saying is, it's not accidental. They didn't accidentally miss the time. They didn't accidentally put all these things in. It's like a movie. Anything you see in the movie it's meant to be seen. There's no accidents with that. It's pre-planned. There's a way to do it. They have unlimited funding, and they have the very best of the best that do it.
Right. And you have all those weird little things where you had so-called President Biden at the Oval Office, and then there's weird things that's misplaced or out of place when you look at like the background, the table, the windows. Supposedly it wasn't even at the White House, and the White House was like gated up, like no one in and out kind of thing. And the weird thing about it was the president wasn't able to go into or use Air Force One. They had to use a different plane, which was really weird because the president needs to use Air Force One or the presidential plane, right? So
Right.
there was a lot of things that was very off.
There was. And it was, let me think. Yeah, because right before Biden got in, the left was like actually storming the White House. But they didn't have like the barricades up. And then right after Biden got in, I remember that all of a sudden they just put a bunch of barricades, and they talked about it like, oh, the extremist right wingers are going to come get us, is what they played it off as. And then that's what we saw. No matter what media you saw, it was like them being, dictators. But it looks like what it was, right, was preparation for him to be inaugurated, but it was actually a show of his death, I'm guessing, or whatever the hell that was. But it for sure was not him becoming president.
Yeah.
For sure. And then, I don't know, some people, it just depends. But when he mysteriously went to the hospital, or reports about it, and then he disappeared there for a while, which, not saying he was there all the time, right? Biden didn't do anything in office by himself, other than like walk off stage or lick some ice cream, which is weird symbolism in and of itself. But when he came back out of that hospital, all of a sudden he looked like he was 6'4", like 2 inches taller than Trump, walking down the hallway. And that's the biggest thing that sticks in my mind. You can't fake that. He didn't have, 7-inch shoes on. And Trump met with the guy. It's like they already knew he was going to take presidency. And at that same time, if you remember, or want to go back, that's when Biden was all friends with Trump right before the election, and Biden put on that MAGA hat. So it's like they knew. Someone knew. Someone in power. It's like what we're watching is very powerful people fight each other in their own little weird, twisted chess game.
Well, it was, in my view, it was just a show. It was the show for people not in the know. Because if the current president, were to come out saying we've been in a state of war this whole time, people would be like going batshit crazy. Like, what do you mean we're in a war? Kind of thing. And it pretty much started during the COVID time frame, right?
Absolutely.
This whole thing leads back into the whole Epstein thing. Mm-hmm. The reason why there was like that medical ship that sailed to was it California and rescued those kids.
So I didn't actually read the details on that one, but yeah, there was a bunch of kids found.
Yeah.
Not much came out about it though, and it wasn't on the mainstream news.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. Yeah, because the first thing Biden did, right, was shut down the pipeline and then open the border. And it wasn't, oh, come on, third world country people, come in. They pretty much traded it. You can come in here and have, quote, freedom, end quote. But your kids are going to stay, and we're going to put them in boxes, and then, 350,000 of them go missing? Is that what the number was? I'm pretty sure. It was something crazy like that.
It was something high.
Yeah, it was something very high. And I don't know what that was about. I have no idea. Let me hit this article. So Trump is actually talking about it now, that the guy standing in with Biden. Oh, question real quick. I just thought of it before I forget. Do you think, so just for the sake of this question, let's say that there's two sides, right? There's Trump's side and let's say Obama's side. And I only say that because what Biden seemingly did during those years, or whoever was in charge, looked a lot like Obama. Do you think there was an Obama Biden and a Trump Biden? And that's why when Trump was seen with Biden, he was so much taller?
Well, assuming it was Biden that was there, he was basically a puppet. He was the voice for Obama.
Right. I mean, under the control, though. So,
Yeah.
like I said, when he was seen with Trump, all of a sudden he put on a MAGA hat. They were shaking hands, being friends. Do you think that, like, it's whoever can put him on the stage in front of the world kind of has that influence? So, like, that was Trump's Biden that they control, and then there's another one or multiple out there that the other guys control?
Yeah. There's no secret that there are body doubles and like the whole customized masks where someone could just wear a mask that looks like another person, like almost like down to the exact detail. Yeah, it's anyone could be posing as someone, especially like someone in a position of power.
Mm-hmm.
Like I believe there's multiple Trumps. There's not one Trump, and
Oh, yeah. I believe that too.
He has body doubles. I'm pretty sure he has one or two, just to, like if there's a high situation going into like another country, he would have the double goal kind of thing for security purposes.
After getting shot too.
Oh yeah.
Which I'm not sure which aisle you sit on that one, but I think he was shot. I don't know if it was by his own people or not. I don't really know how much that matters. It depends on how far you go down that hole, because there's reasons for him to be shot that he would want, or like prophecies to fulfill. When you're looking at like the Jewish biblical Bible, there's stories about it. And then there's also like obvious ones where his enemies tried to kill him, or simply just to, obviously this guy got the vote. I remember texting people after he was shot and going, guess we just found out who the next president is. No one's getting shot and technically, the head, and not going to win the vote. There's no way. That's a Hail Mary. But I mean, it could have been a Hail Mary both ways if someone tried to actually kill him,
Yeah.
The magic bullet. And there was multiple shooters on that one, for sure. Definitely. On the tower. So it says President Donald Trump on Saturday night reposted a baseless claim on Truth Social that former President Joe Biden was executed in 2020 and replaced with clones or robots. See, that is insane to be reading on NBC News. 2025. This is why this stuff is so hard to follow, because this is not real world, right? This is not what NBC should be posting about. Oh, he's crazy. Is he crazy? This guy is the president of the United States. Twice. Has beat them left and right. Every time they say he's wrong, he is right. Every time they say they're going to beat him, they lose. This guy, same guy, president, said that Biden was executed in 2020 and replaced with clones or robots. Probably both. Which clones could be masked people. It could be actual clones. It could be, all of the above. But the president of the United States claims that Joe Biden was executed in 2020. And that goes along with what you believe. With him being in power and them having these whatever it's called in the background. All the bad guys, the swamp getting drained behind the scenes. Let's see. It says the original post, made by an anonymous Truth Social user who often spreads outlandish claims suggested that Biden was replaced with clones, doubles, and robotic engineered soulless, mindless entities. Trump published a link to the post to his nearly 10 million followers without adding any context or explanation. I think the post was the context and explanation. The original poster's account has a little more than 5,000 followers. That's crazy. So it's an anonymous account with 5,000 followers. There's quite a bit of power in that. The White House did not immediately respond to a request for comment Sunday explaining why Trump shared the post and whether he believes Biden was executed in 2020. Now they want to ask questions. Trump has frequently taken to sharing misinformation and unproven conspiracy theories over the years. He repeats, see, that's their disclaimer, like false disclaimer. This guy's full of crap. This is why we're not going to prove anything to you right now. We're not going to show you all the articles we've had to recede and apologize for and pay people for, but we're just going to say he's full of crap. He also claimed before he backtracked that former President Barack Obama was not born in the United States, and during the 2024 campaign alleged that Haitian immigrants were eating the pets. For when Haitian immigrants were eating the pets, we've seen random people recording it, and President Barack Obama, right, his the only person, and this, you guys know all about this, being from or in Hawaii, the what was it, whichever general, she was the only one allowed to look at Obama's birth certificate and died on an airplane. And if my memory serves me correctly, nobody else died on the crash in the ocean, and it actually came out that she had died before from a heart attack or heart-related issues before it hit the water, which goes back to the heart attack gun. So pretty much they killed this lady so she couldn't say anything about it. She wasn't playing ball. Says Trump circles too has spread conspiracy theories with some of the top brass in the administration having spread misinformation about vaccines. Let's get specific here. Which vaccines, right? Where the so-called deep state Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has repeated a debunked claim that the measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine causes autism. The FBI director and deputy director have spread claims that the Biden administration and the deep state weaponized the FBI against Trump. They did, and vaccines with the heavy metal in it does cause autism. The signs of autism in a small baby and a child when they get older as a child is ding, 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 heavy metal toxicity. Go look that up. Go look at what's inside of those vaccines.